Welcome to the Dice Tower, a video podcast about board games and the people who play them. This is a special episode of the Dice Tower in which Tom and Melody Vasel talk about their top 100 games. And now, here are your hosts, Tom, Melody, and Holly Vasel.
Because you have to try to make the monkey in the middle.
Yeah, in this game, each player controls a monkey, a little wooden token, that they are coming up to a tiger and trying to pull the whiskers out of that tiger. If you do so, you get points. But every once in a while, and after you pull out enough whiskers, the tiger will wake up. And you don't want to be the one who's closest to the tiger because he will bite you. And you don't want to be the one who's the farthest away.
Or other monkeys will call you scaredy cat.
Right, a coward, and you'll get coward points for that. And it just continues on and on. The tiger falls back asleep. You keep going, and you get points, subtracting your damage and coward points that you've gotten. And it's a lot of fun. The game plays by players playing cards simultaneously. Try not to play the same card as someone else, but at the same time also trying to think, will this wake the tiger up more? Am I going to be too far in the front when this happens? I like it a lot.
Me too.
Return of the Heroes is a game that I enjoy quite a bit. This box is Under the Shadow of the Dragon, which is an expansion, although this expansion was a game in its own right, but I managed to fit them all in one box. It's pretty hefty. One thing I like about Return of the Heroes, as opposed to the other fantasy games, is it's much more lighthearted. The artwork is mostly fantastic. There's a couple bad drawings, but the board itself is beautiful, and the way the board fits together to make multiple configurations. One of the worst rule books ever in the history of gaming. I still enjoy the game just because you have this sense of building up, and it doesn't last that long. Now, there's another game I'll be mentioning later on in my top 100, Runebound, which I like more than this one, but I'm always trying to say, which ones I like better. Runebound has way more expansions, so I probably enjoyed that one more. Well, I do enjoy that one more, but this one still, I want to play this one often just because it just has a much more easygoing feel to it.
Because you have to walk the dog.
Hey, isn't that the name of the game?
Yeah.
I think she likes it because it comes with all kinds of dogs in the game. Lots and lots of plastic or rubber little dogs. And what you're doing is you're putting them on a table in a line. In fact, with this game, I think most of the time my kids just want to sit around and play with the dogs. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Oh, anyway. But it's really a strategic game because what you're doing is you are playing cards that let you take dogs from the front or from the back or from both ends of the line, and you put them in front of you in your own line. The more dogs of the same kind you have in your own line, the better you are. But occasionally, someone else is going to play a dog catcher card. And when that happens, everyone will lose the largest group of animals they have at either side of their line. So there's a bit of a push-your-own-luck element to the game. But regardless of that, even if it wasn't a decently fun game, which it is, it's still fun because of the little tons of rubber dogs you get with the game. This game, Quanta, I actually don't have on me because it's at school. I use it much of the time in my geometry class to teach the kids different games, and so I don't have it with me, so I have just a handful of random game pieces that I'm going to hold out like this. And talk about Quintamid. Basically, Quintamid is a game where you're trying to get 5 pieces in a row diagonally, but it's built so that each section can either slide across or rotate. And so, like Pentago, another game I like, which lets you rotate pieces, Quintamid does the same thing, but also allows you to slide pieces, and it's a very fast game. It takes maybe 5 minutes to play, but I'll tell you, it's very, very intense, and there seems to be multiple strategies. There's a few variants that I like using. that make the game more enjoyable, but for the most part, it's one of the best abstract strategy games ever designed, in my opinion.
Because it comes with lots of cats and dogs.
Hey! Why'd you do that?
You did it to me!
When? Anyway, Melody's right. It comes with these really, again, cute plastic cats and dogs. And in the game, it's one really good for kids because you're playing a card, and let's say you play a card that has 3 on it, what happens?
You get 3.
3 points. And cats are worth how many points?
1.
And dogs are?
2.
So you can take a dog and a cat, or you can take 3 cats, and so on and so forth. But if someone plays the exact same card that you did, and there's multiples of every card in the deck, then they will steal those cats and dogs from you instead. And there's other cards that do special things, cards that let you take 2 from everyone else, and basically players just play through until all the cats and dogs are gone, and then whoever has the most points is the winner. Again, fun to play with because of the little animals, but also fun because you get to collect, and kids like playing a card and collecting them, and I like stealing them from Melody. And you wait to see which box I'm going to pour in your head next.
Oh no. Ave Caesar!
Ave Caesar! Yes! That is one of the best racing games ever made. This is an older version. They've come out with newer ones since then. But basically, what you're doing is racing your chariot around the board, deliberately trying to block other people off using a simple deck of cards. On your turn, you play a card from your hand. You move your chariot that many spaces. If on your turn you can't move, and there are many times you won't be able to because there's many spots on the board where you will be blocked, then you just skip your turn. If you use all your cards up because you take the long way around every curve and you don't get to the end of the game, then you lose. And when you pass the Emperor, you have to take your coin in your hand, stand up, shout Ave Caesar, and throw the coin to Caesar. Now when we play the game, you have to stand up, you have to yell, or the Emperor orders you killed. Some people don't like doing it, but I'll tell you, it's one of the most fun moments you'll ever have in gaming. At least I think so. Ave Caesar is a treasure. It's a fun, fast racing game. Definitely one everybody should have.
Thanks for watching your Top 100. See you later. This is the Dice Tower.
And happy birthday to Violet.
Happy birthday, Violet.
Hi, Violet.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.